We are back yet again. I told you boys I'd be back after that long, fun, amazing, crazy boxing stream I did earlier. I told you I'd be back. And I am back. And I am back. Here I am yet again. It is now 11 o'clock at night. Francis Ngannou was brutally robbed earlier tonight, boys. He was robbed earlier tonight. Everyone who said Francis Ngannou is going to be irrelevant, everyone covered this shit tonight. I've seen so many different streams covering this shit tonight. I've seen so many MMA media outlets covering this tonight. I saw so many people on Twitter covering this tonight and talking about this tonight. Yeah, he's really irrelevant. He's really irrelevant. The same people said he's irrelevant covering the shit. So, I'm basically on cloud 9 right now, to be honest. Like, I don't think a series as thorough as the Francis Ngannou saga that I've covered on the channel has ever been as good as, I don't even know if I said that right. I don't think there's anything that's ever been as good as my Francis Ngannou coverage for the last 2 years. I really don't know. I really don't know if there's another series that I've covered more accurately with the facts while being so against popular opinion. All the MMA fans just trashing Ngannou, trashing Ngannou, trashing Ngannou, trashing Ngannou. So wait, we need to hear the facts. We need to see the information. We need to see what's actually going on. We need to wait to see how this plays out. We need to wait to see how that plays out. I'm the voice of reason. And I've been saying this for literal years. The second video on the channel ever was about Francis Ngannou, John Jones, and how the UFC uses dirty negotiating tactics. And in this time, they were using them against John Jones because John Jones. To see Ngannou go out there and beat the best heavyweight boxer in the world, talk about an amazing story. Talk about an amazing story, boys. I'm tickled pink. I'm laughing my ass off. And I never want to hear Francis Ngannou fumbled the bag. Francis fumbled the bag. Fucking idiots. Every single one of you motherfuckers that said that dumb shit. Whether you're somebody in my chat, whether you're some dumb fuck on Twitter, whether you're somebody, another fucking YouTuber who said that dumb shit, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. A stupid fucking idiot bitch. And that's been the case. That's been the case before tonight. But after tonight, it couldn't even be any worse. It could not be any worse. It could not be any more incorrect than tonight. Because guess what? Francis is staring down multi-million-dollar paydays in boxing now. But no, he didn't re-sign with the UFC because you're too busy sucking on Dana White's dick. You can't see anything. You can't look at anything unbiasedly. So to all those people that hate Francis Ngannou, all because he decided to do what's best for him. He said, you know what? I'm going to do what's best for me. I'm going to do what's best for my career. I'm going to do what's best, what aligns with my dreams. What I want to fucking do. And these masses of MMA fans just hating on the motherfucker for no reason. For no fucking reason. It's not like I'm some Francis Ngannou fanboy. You guys made me a Francis Ngannou fan. You made me root for Francis. Because you dumb fucks were twisting the information, sucking on Daddy Dana, and taking every single one of his stupid ass fucking narratives and regurgitating it like a dumb fucking bitch. And it's just so, it's just so satisfying to not only see Francis prove you guys wrong time and time again. I'm not necessarily talking about anyone in the chat, but just to prove these people wrong time and time and time and time and time again. Okay, he got his boxing payday, but he's not going to win. He's going to get KO'd. And I even thought he's going to get probably finished. I don't know nothing about Tyson Fury. I've seen him fight one time my whole life. To go out there and put on the display that he did, to prove that he belongs, to drop the heavyweight champion in boxing, coming off of a 2-year layoff and an ACL repair. Whew. I told you guys, if Francis put on a show, that's why I streamed it. If Francis put on a performance, There's not been a more satisfying outcome of a fight this year than Francis Ngannou Tyson Fury. Francis Ngannou single-handedly took on the UFC, and when the UFC wanted to belittle him, when the UFC wanted to use dirty negotiating tactics on him, he said, you know what? Fuck you guys, I'm out of here. And he left on his own accord, regardless of what these people want to regurgitate over and over and over again because Daddy Dana told him to. All the dumbass casual fans who get all their headlines from Daddy Dana and his press conferences and Facebook links, from dumbass MMA farting who's got one foot in the grave and another on a fucking banana peel. All those dumb fucks couldn't be more wrong. It's glorious. You know what I'm drinking right now? There is absolutely no reason on this earth to dislike Francis Ngannou. There's no reason. There's absolutely no reason to dislike him. Like, literally, if you dislike Francis Ngannou, you're a piece of shit. There's no reason to dislike him. This is the Francis Ngannou haters' tears right here. Oh, that was so delicious. That was so delicious. Oh, that tastes so good. Oh. Yeah. Francis Ngannou took on the UFC and won. He took on Stipe Miocic, who's supposed to be the consensus GOAT at heavyweight. Folded that motherfucker like a lawn chair. And then went out there and said, you know what? Tyson Fury, you're looking like a lawn chair next. And he did it. So, it's just... JJ, why don't you shut your mouth, JJ? So, it's just so It's the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever. I mean, if you guys knew the years of shit that I took over this. Oh, Joey, you're just going against popular opinion. Oh, Joey, you don't know what you're talking about. Dana White knows all. Oh, Joey, Francis made the dumbest decision of his life. And I'm saying, wait a fucking second. Pump the brakes. We don't know what's going to happen just yet. Let's wait for more information to come out before we make those types of assertions. I just constantly, dumb ass MMA fans attacking me 24/7. You don't know what you're talking about, Joey. You don't know what's going on. And I say, look, based on the information we have today, there's no evidence to support that Francis Ngannou made a bad decision. And tonight, it couldn't... Let me put it this way. Francis Ngannou, if you could see into the future while you're making your decisions, you know what's going to happen before you even make your decision. Francis Ngannou could have not made a better series of decisions. Francis got gifted a watch when he stepped foot in Saudi Arabia. He got gifted a watch that was worth more than his last UFC fight purse. His last UFC fight purse. He got gifted a watch that was worth more. He got a $10 million payday plus pay-per-view points, supposedly. That's alleged. That's not 100% accurate yet. Plus sponsorship deals, plus a future in boxing. And not only a future in boxing, a future in heavyweight boxing. And to be honest, there should be a rematch. There should be a rematch. So, and he's got the PFL deal. Biggest deal for an MMA heavyweight in history. Ngannou could retire tomorrow. And he did what's best for him. So, I couldn't be more satisfied tonight, boys. I could not be more satisfied. I feel like you guys are pleasuring me tonight. I'm usually the one doing the pleasuring. We're 8 minutes in, 9 minutes in. I'm done. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm gonna sleep like a fucking baby tonight, boys. All that hate. And Francis Ngannou's the best boxer on planet Earth in the heavyweight division. Best boxer on the earth in the heavyweight division. And all that hate. It just... Whew. I don't even know what to say, guys. I haven't even been reading the chat because I'm just so fired up about it. I went off in my post-fight, too. If you haven't checked out my post-fight, I encourage you to go check it out. If you haven't liked this stream, I encourage you to like the stream. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what the fuck are you even doing? Subscribe to the channel. We're about to hit 13K very, very shortly. I think we've gained 500 subscribers in the last 7 days. We're cruising. We're cruising, boys. We're cruising to 15K. We're cruising to 20K. Pretty soon we're going to be at 50K. In 2024, we will hit 50K subscribers. All right? And I will continue. attempt to cover everything as unbiasedly as possible. And that's what I did with the Francis Ngannou situation. And it couldn't have been better. It couldn't have been better coverage. For all you Dana White sycophants, I can't help you. All right, I'm going to read through the chat now. Sorry if I missed anything. Just resend it. But I'm going to pop through. Let's effing go. Francis is a legend. MMA is a fake piece of shit. He was so wrong. He said Francis fumbled. You were right the whole time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There's a lot of people who said he fumbled. There's a lot of people who said he fumbled. And they were just dead wrong. It was just hatred because they wanted to see Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou, and they're so loyal to Dana White in the UFC. Kamaru Usman looked at my Instagram story. Congratulations, Jack. Congratulations. Boxing is whack. Don't care what anyone said. I'm not a big fan of boxing myself. Ngannou did the greatest decision ever leaving the UFC. He could go on to fight Wilder and collect another heavy check. It's the best decision Francis Ngannou could have ever made. What's up, bro? Missed the fights, but enjoyed your post-fight video. Thank you, Mario. I also have a live stream of the fights if you care to check it out. Hey, Joey, did you notice on the scorecards if Fury was deducted a point for bellbowing? He was not deducted a point, as far as I know. Francis Ngannou is top 10 pound-for-pound boxer. There you go. Talk your shit. Talk your shit. Thank you, 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 thank you. I will. I will. I will continue. I will continue. I'm probably going to make another video tomorrow, to be honest. I'm probably going to make another video tomorrow, to be quite honest. I think it deserves a second video. I needed some time to think about it and digest it, you know? Why are you screaming already? Shut up, JJ. Bro fumbled. Yeah, Francis fumbled the bag. Francis fumbled the bag. Shut up. Francis is the UFC and boxing lineal champion of the world. That he is. Double champ. Dude went to another sport. Dude went to another sport and won the title in a sport that he's never competed in. Joey, thoughts on the Bud Light UFC sponsorship? Everything Dana does is for a check. Don't let him convince you otherwise. It will never not be true. That being said, I'm not sure. All I know, right? All I know is supposedly Bud Light did some sponsorship with some transsexual person like a year ago or some shit. And apparently people are so mad about that. They don't like Bud Light, even though Bud Light produces like a million different drinks. It's not just Bud Light. It's a bunch of different alcohol. Listen, Dana is blood hungry or blood hungry. Dana is money hungry, okay? He will sign anything for a check. That being said, I don't give a fuck. I don't care who they sponsored in the past. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I don't know the full story behind it. I could not give less of a fuck. I could not give less of a fuck. So that's really my thoughts. I know people are like outraged by it. I've seen a little bit of outrage on like Twitter and shit. Like, how could Dana do this? Like, you don't think Dana would do anything for money? You don't think Dana would do anything for money? But that being said, it's not like I give a fuck what kind of what sponsorship they did a year ago, you know? I don't care. It's a business transaction. Does something happen to Wilder the first fight? What are you talking about? I love you, Joey. Thank you. After they hated on that man for no reason to beat all odds, to hear all the haters cope feels amazing. Joey, tell him to suck it. Suck it. We all know Francis won. That he did. LMFAO fumbled the bag. Yeah. Fumbled the bag. Okay, hold on. Why did this glitch up for a second? Oh no. My chat glitched up. Oh, here we go. It's back. Joe, your pick of Dana on Insta post was hilarious. Thank you. Thank you. If you haven't seen my Insta post of Dana, you'll laugh. Keep going off, Your Excellency. Thank you. Fumbled the bag. Fumbled the bag. No way Fury won. It's politics. Yeah. Joey shitting on you, Haas. Who's Haas? I'll watch the video and come back. Thank you, Niles. Thank you, Niles. I appreciate you. Yeah, Francis fumbled the bag. Yeah, Tyson elbowed him for sure. It's the same thing you did with O'Malley. You trashed O'Malley. I didn't trash O'Malley. I gave my thoughts on his career, which were accurate and based on results. Dumb. Francis would destroy Jon Jones. Dude, I'd favor Francis against Jon Jones. What kind of fights is Dana going to announce after this? Dude, Dana just has to eat a fat one. Dana has to eat a fat one. Yeah, Dana saying it wasn't about the money is hilarious. Of course it's about the money. Of course it's about the money. Tyson's Fury wife body language in the 8th row shows you. We all know Ngannou won that fight. We all know Ngannou won that fight. 100%. I've been listening and trying to watch these post-fight reactions, and 98% of them are saying, sorry, Francis. Only a few are basking in the joy of their beliefs. Congrats. People were jumping to conclusions for no fucking reason, dude. It's annoying. Francis fumbled the bag so hard, Tyson Fury dropped, and Francis got tens of millions added to his bank account. Yep. Francis did more for his career tonight than he has in his entire UFC career. This one night is bigger for Francis than his entire UFC career. I say I'm gutted for Francis, but he got a huge payout. I'm not gutted, dude. At the end of the day, perception is reality. He won. It doesn't matter what happens. He won. So, Francis cleanly won. It was pretty clear, in my opinion. It was close enough where maybe you could give it a draw. But, yeah, I had it for Francis, and I think it's a robbery. While Ngannou was actually negotiating for a better contract. Exactly. Read my comment, or I'm coming to Baltimore to teach you a lesson. Oh, I'd like to see you try. Joe, you don't know boxing. Stay in your lane. All right. Well, I don't want no trouble. I don't want no trouble, anonymous guy on the internet. I don't want no trouble. Has anyone heard from Dana? He's on life support currently. He has an oxygen mask. He's being taken care of. He's in stable condition. No way Francis is going to go back and fight MMA again. I'm wondering if he's going to stay in boxing. What do you think Dana will say about the fight next press conference? I think he might not even be asked about it. They might tell them in advance, don't ask me about it. Conor McGregor couldn't even do this? Exactly. Francis Ngannou put on a better performance than Conor McGregor did, and they sucked Conor off for getting beat up because he landed like one uppercut. They sucked him off for it. Even if you don't think Francis won the fight, you got to admit he made it competitive, which is wildly impressive when you think about it. Agreed. 100%. Even if I said that in my post-fight too. Francis is the baddest heavyweight on the planet in both MMA and boxing, period. Agreed 150%. Why was the post-fight presser canceled? I think it's because they are embarrassed. I genuinely think the fight was rigged. I think Francis could have won every round and they would have still gave it to Fury. They didn't want to show up. Why do you think? Francis won that fight. They know Francis won that fight. They're tucking their tails and running. I'm telling you 100% that's what it was. That's 100% what it was. 95, 94 Fury seems the way to go. Boxing not letting some MMA dude beat their head. Yeah, it's disgusting. They should really do the rematch. Dude, Fury was at, and he was like, no way there's a rematch. He's embarrassed. So, people say Fury looked off or coping. Fury looked like Fury literally training a full 10 weeks for this fight. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Fury normally looks like. I don't know what he normally looks like, so I can't say. When I seen him hit mitts, I thought he looked like ass, to be honest. But I thought they both looked like ass. You were the biggest Conor hater you've ever seen. Conor was winning. Yeah, okay. He got stopped, though, so. Who PFL going to get fight Francis? He may not fight anyone in PFL, to be honest. He may stay in boxing forever. He may stay in boxing forever, to be quite honest. They sucked Conor off for getting beat up. They did. Look at that dude sucking Conor off right now. Conor was winning. They sucked Conor off for getting beat up, and Floyd was carrying him. Floyd was carrying him. You could see Fury trying to put Ngannou out with big shots. Boxing scoring is ass, let's be real. Yeah, it seems like every boxing match you hear about some bullshit criteria. Not bullshit criteria. You hear about some bullshit scoring cards. It wouldn't shock me if Dana paid off the judges. But I doubt he has to do that. Boxing seems corrupt anyway. I mean, dude, Conor literally got stopped, bro. Stop sucking him off. He got stopped badly by like a 50-year-old boxer at the time. The fact that it's even number of rounds is horseshit. Agreed. Makes no sense. They should have done 9 rounds or 11 rounds. Ngannou 0-1 in boxing. Conor 0-1 in boxing. Same people. Okay. Dude, we get it. You don't like Francis Ngannou. We get it, bro. We get it. Cool. Cool story. Cool story. So, dude, Francis might be the greatest combat sports athlete of our lifetime. He's got a better legacy than John Jones. I got to tweet that out. Francis Ngannou has a better legacy in combat sports than John Jones. Heavyweight. Let's do this. Became heavyweight champ against prime Stipe. Let's see. Beat Fury. I'm trying to think how to word this. I'm not even going to pull all this. I think he has a better legacy. John Jones with the PED accusations, ducking guys on the way out, which is really bad look for him. Let's see. Fury versus Ngannou. I mean, it doesn't matter what he does from here. Better legacy, in my opinion. Henry Cejudo's probably officially thank you to Francis. Is nobody officially what does that mean? I don't know what that means, Andy. Ngannou's legacy is absolutely better. Agreed. 100% a better legacy. Francis challenges himself. Exactly. And not just wants to fight wash lawn chairs. 100%. 100%. Dude went into another sport. And literally took on their heavyweight champ after a 2-year layoff coming off an ACL tear. Yeah, Dana White's going to claim it as a win. He's going to be like, yeah, I know. We got the best guys in the world here. They can go compete over there. That'll probably be Dana's reaction, to be honest. Francis is the GOAT. He may very well be, to be honest. Ngannou looked like he dropped Fury in round 7. Dude, he was beating the piss out of Fury in, I think it was round 8. So, an L does not dictate greatness. Nobody said it does. Joey, how proud are you of Ngannou? He wouldn't have won the fight even if he knocked down Fury 10 times. That would be embarrassing to boxing. Seems like it. Cards were already written. By the way, for some reason my stream died earlier, but thank you, Vlad, for the 100. I think it was called Ron. It's some other currency, but I think it's like 20 or 30 bucks American. Thank you, Vlad. I appreciate you. I actually responded to you, and apparently my screen froze and OBS closed up or some shit, and I didn't realize it, and I was responding, and then I realized, okay, my stream's dead. So, I apologize. Thank you for the dono earlier. You think Francis beat prime Stipe? He did, dude. He did. He beat Stipe 3 years ago. Stipe was like 39 years old, coming off 2 wins over Daniel Cormier, where he looked amazing. If that wasn't prime Stipe, when's prime Stipe? If Francis started off in boxing, he would have been a problem. Seems like it. Francis won the UFC split up. Why so many people completely shill for whatever the UFC and Dana White says is absolutely bizarre. They act like they get paychecks. Fury was literally holding on for dear life. I know. It's crazy, though, how people play indicative. They're like, oh, that wasn't prime Stipe because he got destroyed. I mean, literally, Stipe was coming off the 2 best wins of his entire career. 2 best wins of his entire career. Against Daniel Cormier. And literally the year prior is when he beat Francis Ngannou. So, Francis so much talent fighter ever than Stipe was. Yeah, and does anyone think if they rematch, Francis wouldn't flatline him? Prime Stipe is when he fought Verdum. Okay, fair enough. Whatever. We can have a disagreement on that one. Do you think Dana is worried about losing more big name MMA fighters to boxing after Ngannou's success? He should be. And that ruins the sport. I hate it. So, Jones would never be able to do that to Fury. Exactly. Francis' actually biggest win is Kane, not Stipe. Dude, he folded Kane too. Remember? He knocked out Kane so badly, people said it was a torn ACL. Who remembers that? He took a lot of damage in that trilogy, but I do think Francis that beat Stipe is the best MMA heavyweight we've ever seen. Okay, fair enough. Have you seen Eddie Hearn's reaction saying Joshua would have finished Francis in 3 rounds? Book it. Book it. Give Francis a $15 million payday. He'll come back. So, yeah, I mean, you have Sean O'Malley already wants to leave and go to boxing. Sean O'Malley already saying, I want to take on Gervonta Davis. You know? You think Francis beats Jones? After tonight, yes. Francis beats Jones. Because I don't think Jones can out-wrestle him. We've seen how much improvement Francis had. We've seen how much improvement Francis had in the grappling. Ngannou won. I had him 6 rounds to 4. I think I had 6 rounds to 4 as well. I don't know. I went over it in my post fight. I don't remember which rounds were what. But either way, 10-8 round. Even if it was a draw, it should have been a win for Ngannou. Even if it's 5 rounds to 5. Yeah, I think Francis may never fight in MMA again. I think he may never fight in MMA again. Francis Not John is the heavyweight champion. Yeah, Francis is still the UFC heavyweight champ. That was with Francis not even fighting for 3 years. Dude's a freak. I know. Coming off an ACL tear and sitting out for 2 years. Dude, I understand. I don't want MMA fighters to go box either. But bitch at the UFC and Dana White for not paying their guys. When they generate the type of revenue, they should get a decent split of that revenue. I mean, for Francis to come in, 2-year layoff, torn ACL, and fold the heavyweight champion. Fold the heavyweight champion like a lawn chair. Whew. Why would Francis want to train all the MMA stuff for peanuts compared to focus on boxing getting paid? I think he's going to stay in boxing. John Jones is Lance Armstrong of the MMA world. I don't even want to see him against Ngannou. I wish the UFC could find a way to book that fight. Didn't know Fury was a grappler. What a clown, clinching. Dude, he was shooting in on literal takedowns. I wonder why John Jones went back to the UFC. Because that's the only option he had, I guess. Joey, is there any way we see Francis come back to the UFC? No. Nope. Nope. Ngannou was only improving on his takedown defense, and Jones has shit boxing. Ngannou would have KO Jones. I think so. I think you're right. Ngannou wasn't improving on his striking, improving on his grappling. How would Jones beat him, honestly? He's going to have to outstrike him for 5 rounds and win a decision. Ngannou just went 30 minutes boxing. Ngannou has better cardio than Conor McGregor. Prime Conor McGregor, Francis Ngannou at damn near 40 years old has better cardio. Hey, what's up, Uncle Rico MMA? I had to do it. You didn't pay attention to me. Sorry if I missed something, dude. I just been kind of cruising through the... I'm still trying to digest it all. To be quite honest. Because, you know, I didn't expect this to go down this way. I did not expect this to go down this way. And that's the way it did. That's the way it went down, boys. And I covered it from start to finish. Whew. Jones will get styled on by this Ngannou, probably. This makes Jones look bad, in my opinion. Being on the record wanting an easy legend fight instead of fighting Francis. Yeah. It's Chase. What's up, Chase? Conor been hitting that exercise bite on his yacht lately? Yes, he has been. Wilder or Francis? I'm taking Francis. Man, Joey, I am not afraid to admit when I was wrong. I've seen Tyson Fury fight many times. He's awkward, but he's powerful and has beaten some studs. Francis went 10 rounds with him and kind of won. I'm glad we can agree, bro. I'm glad, dude. I thought for sure you might come in and say Fury for sure won. Ngannou won. It doesn't matter if he won on the scorecards or not. He won in the court of public opinion, and that's all that really matters. Dude's going to be getting paid. So it's craziness. Fury's a clown shit. Dude, he was literally... Francis engaged like 2 clinches the entire fight. Fury engaged like 150 clinches. So, I scored it for Fury, but we can all agree Francis took a W leaving the UFC. How'd you score it for Fury? But I guess, okay, fair enough, whatever. Joe, you're going to see this ripple effect. Anyone transitioning to boxing is selling their souls for paychecks. Conor sold his soul in 2017 and was never the same. Watch the downfall, I'm telling you. UFC needs to pay more then. UFC needs to pay more. That's it. End of story. Won't happen. Yeah, Dana's at home crying right now. That elbow Fury threw was intentional. I don't care what you say. It seemed like it. I cannot believe what they did. They're using Francis Ngannou as a media vehicle, and the way they disrespected him. That's what Hunter Campbell should be saying. Francis hurt Tyson, I know. Very karmic. how this all played out. Jones and Ngannou. Jones is injured and out. Ngannou basically just beat the best heavyweight boxer of this era. I know. I didn't score it because I was at my son's swim meet. I follow a guy named Dan Raphael, who's a respected boxing journalist. He scored it for Fury by 1 point, but said it was a close fight. Yeah. I saw your last video. I don't use subtitles much anymore. Thank you, bro. So, Ferg, are you telling me... I keep calling you Ferg. Fur. Are you telling me I've single-handedly taught you English? Is that what you're telling me? If so, that's crazy, and I'm glad I can help you understand English by watching my videos. 96-93 is an embarrassment. Tyson was scared in there. Dude shot it on takedowns and clinched. Francis should have won. Dude, Francis's chin is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Damn, boys. I couldn't be happier right now. Francis proved all the haters wrong. I know Dana lost like half a million betting on Fury by KO or something. Oh, I guarantee he bet on Fury. I had it 95-94 for Fury. Round 10, I had it for Fury. I thought round 10 was Ngannou. Round 9 was either way, but I had it for Fury, basically. So. What's crazy is Francis Ngannou didn't cry and whine like a little baby on the mic afterwards. You were right about this, and Guru was wrong since day one. Yeah, it seems like people are saying that. People are saying that. I guess he's one of those people that bought into the UFC Dana White bullshit, you know? But it is what it is. That's what some people do. It's stupid. It's annoying. It pissed me off for 2 years. So, dude, does he have a better chin than Vettori? Yes. Francis had better cardio than Tyson. Tyson was eating Mickey D's and Krispy Kreme. He said he was not taking him seriously. That's his fault. That's his fault. He embarrassed himself tonight. Joe, I am in the feeling the chicken sandwich and tots I had earlier. Lord. Okay, Jack. Francis was a good sport afterwards. I would have been pissed. I would have been livid if I was Francis. Because think about it. Basically, if he gets to win, he's guaranteed a rematch. That's $20 million rematch. $20 million for the rematch right there. At the $20 million rematch, boys. Boys, we're cruising to 13,000. We might be but 13,000 before the end of the month still. Francis really won even if the scorecards don't have it that way. Boxing debut and drops the heavyweight champion of the world. Agreed. Solix Joey is way better. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oliveira versus Saryukian pick. I would take Oliveira. Yeah, I saw them show Francis in the back training and they cut to Tyson watching TV like a fat ass. He looked drunk tonight too when he was sitting on the chair for a second. The whole Tyson family is just embarrassing boxing. Dude, everything I've ever seen from Tyson Fury, I thought he looked like shit always. I was talking about that last night on stream. Who was here last night when I was saying Fury looks like shit? I don't know anything about boxing, but he looks like shit. So. I can't believe. So. I don't know. I'm still in shock, boys. Everybody like the stream. If you guys could do me a favor and like the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, subscribe. I'm almost there. I'm trying to get to 15K before the end of the year. I'm creeping. We gained 1,000 subscribers in the last month. From day one, Guru from day one was pulling the Francis Fumbled card. Glad to see Francis prove people wrong, bought into that shitty narrative. Just regurgitating the UFC. That's just... The whole Fumbled narrative was regurgitating what the UFC wanted you to believe. It's a lack of critical thinking skills. It's a lack of being able to look at a situation, look at the information you have, and make a decision. At least competitive. I think Francis is a legend. People expected Mayweather versus McGregor, but Francis had real power that kept Tyson at bay. I know you don't know boxing top 10, but I think Francis beats most. I think Francis won tonight. So, yeah. Bring Wilder versus Francis. Sign me up. If you could do me a favor and read my chats, send it again. If his boxing was calling all along, seems like it. No logic involved with Francis Fumbled exactly. Brainwashed by Hunter, he's a fool. Yeah, I mean, if that's what he believes, if he believes everything Dana and the UFC feeds him, you know, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Usyk versus Fury winner fights Ngannou early 2024. Dude, when they suggested the Fury a rematch, he was like, no, there won't be no rematch. Francis had 5 times the boxing skill of Wilder. It's crazy, dude. I'm surprised his cardio held up. John Jones is my favorite fighter, but Francis ain't a dumb fighter. Why he starts Stipe in the second fight? Starched him bad, dude. Stipe got overconfident, if you remember. Stipe planted his feet, started running forward, and got folded. His fan base are good litmus tests for the average fan. Joe, you were right. I don't want to hear no more Joey slander. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Look, I don't want to toot my own horn. But how was the Francis Ngannou coverage from this channel? How was the Francis Ngannou coverage from this channel? I would say I was the only person. The only person. I took a lot of shit. And I said, nah, Francis made the best decisions for himself. And everyone, I mean, think about how many, it's been well over a year I've been attacked by the Dana White sycophants. 2 straight weekends, Joey has been proven right about Islam and Francis. Yeah, it's been a good couple weeks. I mean, if you've watched my coverage from the beginning about Francis Ngannou, it's been it's aged so well. I mean, seriously, could it have aged any better? Hell of a journalist you are. Thank you, Eugene. I'll take it. I'm not a journalist, but I'll take it. Stipe is a problem. Okay. I hit like Usyk versus Ngannou is what I want to see. This is as bad as when the judge scored at 48-47 for Cheeto Vera. Agreed. Has PFL bought Bellator? It's not confirmed yet. Derek Lewis beat Francis, so he's the GOAT combat athlete. That wasn't even a fight, dude. Nothing even happened in that fight. Oh, this is a good one. Do you jack off to that Gyno Bender poster in your background? Let me ask you this. Why would I be jacking off to a poster when your mom is literally at my house right now? That's what I want to know. Your mom's at my house, you know? You see these bobbleheads behind me right here? That's not the only bobblehead I got in my house right now. Your mother's in the other room. I wouldn't mind if Francis stuck to boxing after this, but I imagine a scenario where he comes back and beats Jones. Oh, I would love that. I would love it. Bro, don't compare Cheetah Sandegg in this fight. Yeah, I guess this fight was a little bit closer. You're a real one, Joey. Gotta admit I hated on you, but you was right. Thank you, man. Look, it takes a lot to admit when you were wrong, and I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I got a lot of shit, man. But it made the vindication that much better. So, Izzy's done. No, Izzy will fight before that. Mike Tyson versus John Fury would be hilarious, sure. Honestly, a lot of Ngannou hate is just thinly veiled racism. It's why casuals in his ilk were always saying nonsense like Ngannou fumbled the bag and now they're shocked. It wouldn't shock me. I mean, there's a large portion of the MMA fan base that is racist. It would not shock me at all. So I don't really have the full evidence to say that, but I've thought that before. It probably is. There's probably a portion of that definitely has that. Oh, Francis Ngannou fought back against the man, Dana White. And they hate him for it. At the end of the day, it's just they hated him because he stood up for what he wanted to do. And they didn't like it. He should have submitted to Dana White, basically. But there's plenty of reasons otherwise. A lot of them are just brand loyal to the UFC. And they take whatever Dana and the UFC says as fact. Especially when it's against a fighter people don't like. We've all hated on Joey, but as time goes by, you realize, oh, he's right about this. Dude, I get a lot of hate and a lot of people saying, oh, you're just going against popular opinion. Look, I'm telling you right now, I've never formulated an opinion based on I want to be the popular opinion or I want to be the unpopular opinion. I just take a look at the information we have at hand and I formulate my opinion. That's why. I would have defended both sides. But I want to say Ngannou did seem clueless right after the UFC exit interviews, but he figured it out in the end. He didn't seem clueless at all. He said, I want to go try to box. I mean, how is that clueless? I don't get it. At no point did Francis ever seem clueless. He said exactly what he wanted. He said exactly what he wanted to do. He broke it down clear as day, and then he went and did it. And meanwhile, you have people shitting on him left and right for no reason. It's fully racism? I don't know about that. Maybe. I don't know if it's fully, though. But there really is no good reason to dislike Francis Ngannou. But there is ways you can look at the information and think, well, maybe this isn't the best decision, you know? Joe, I think this is the best crossover performance maybe ever. Probably is. Joey, I and a few others have been here with you long for this battle. With you in this battle for longest. We know you are not bullshitting. Thank you, Benji. I appreciate you, man. Look, it's annoying because there is some people that say, oh, you just make up opinions for clicks. Dude, believe me, if I was making up opinions for clicks, I'd have a lot more views and a lot more subscribers if I was doing that. There is ways to, now I don't want to say cheat the algorithm, but there's ways to garner attention in ways that I don't like. And I would never do. I've just covered it cleanly. I've covered it what I've actually believed. And that's what I do. I'm not looking to tell you anything that I don't truly believe. Sometimes I'm kind of joking around or I'm half-hearted about something. You know, when I say, oh, cut, whoever I may say cut John Jones, you obviously know I'm kind of, that's, for lack of a better word, that's tongue-in-cheek, you know? Yeah, Derek, I seen that, Derek. That's funny. I mean, I seen that, Jack. I seen it, Jack. But yeah, I thought Ngannou fumbled the bag until the PFL deal, but retrospectively, he seemed to have at least some of an idea of what he was doing the whole time. He did. I want a Brendan Schaub stand-up comedian show. The place was packed down. A great job. Okay. Ngannou always seemed to be a favorite fighter. Fucking love the guy. He ages like fine wine. I doubt he will physically diminish until mid-40s. He might be one of the biggest stars in the sport right now. Might be one of the biggest stars in the sport. Joey makes his decisions based off logic and facts, no emotion. Yes, I do. Who do you got, Tom or Sergey? I got Sergey. Imagine calling out Thiago Santos a bum. Who called him out? Yeah, Benji said, I've been with you for this whole battle, man. If you guys have been here during the countless points of the Francis Ngannou saga, if you've been here through all the videos that I've posted, if you've been through the live chats that I've talked about it when big news has dropped or promoters have come out and shit on Francis Ngannou, you know the battle that I've been battling for a year now. Ngannou has always been my favorite fighter. Okay, read that. Francis is arguably the most talented heavyweight ever. Him and Kane, two best heavyweights I ever seen. I know Stipe is the heavyweight GOAT. At this point, Francis is the heavyweight GOAT. I don't care what anyone says. Dude folded Stipe like a lawn chair. Can we start saying Tyson Fury and his butt crack? Yes. Cut Dana White had me weak. Yeah, Tyson Fury had that Josh Parisian butt crack going on tonight. I don't know how he lost. He had that Tyson Fury butt crack going on tonight. That Tyson Fury, or not Tyson Fury, that Josh Parisian butt crack. Dana will shit on Ngannou versus Fury, but meanwhile promote Power Slap, where he's got fat truck drivers smacking each other. Dude, Tyson Fury has a butt crack on his back. I've never seen that before. Joey will be the UFC and Power Slap champ at the same time. Agreed. You two combat sports goats, Mighty Mouse and Francis. What do you think Ari Emanuel's thinking right now? That we should have gave Francis a good deal? That we should have gave Francis a good deal. That's what they're thinking. Dude, he's a massive... Imagine how big the Jones-Francis fight would have been. But Dana White let his ego get in the way. Dana White let his ego get in the way. And it's a travesty, to be quite honest. It's quite the travesty. Let's see. Live stream. So I streamed for 3 hours earlier for the Fury and Ngannou fight. Dude, my reaction to Francis dropping him, somebody commented that shit was hilarious. I wish Francis went berserk for the kill in the final 20 seconds. I would have loved that as well. I think they both were kind of tired and not trying to make a mistake there. But I agree, Earth Rocker. At first, the team seemed looking at the business landscape and incentive structure in boxing wouldn't let him jump right into one of the big fights into a seemingly large skill gap sport. Yeah, but he didn't need to go box to win, you know? He didn't need to go box to win. He could just sign a big contract with PFL with the freedom to box and have that opportunity. And Dana White tried to steal it from him. Keep in mind, Dana White tried to make Tyson Fury versus John Jones. The whole UFC franchise is declining because Dana's making weird moves. I can't wait till Dana's gone. Yeah, I think Ngannou and Fury both sense danger at the end there. It seems like it. Joey, I'm coming for my belt now. Okay, I read that already. Can Dana, John, and Conor go away from the sport? I wish, but it's not going to happen. I don't want John away from the sport. I want to see John. Imagine Francis was still with the UFC and Dana had allowed him to box. I said that. Did you watch my post-fight? I said, imagine had Dana done John Jones, Cyril Gane for an interim heavyweight title fight, allowed Francis to box, then imagine Francis was walking back into the UFC right now to fight John Jones, who just won the belt over Cyril Gane. Imagine that. Imagine how big that fight would be. It'd be humongous. I bet BKFC and one are clutching their fists like Dana too right now. Yeah. BKFC with their negative 15 grand in the bank account. Like, oh, Francis won it too much. You think Derek Lewis will get the dub next weekend? No, he'll probably get choked out. Jones would have never done that. Agreed. I don't want to see John go, but I can't stand his ego. I don't even care about John Jones anymore. Just because he's begging to fight old Stipe. He's begging to fight old Stipe. Yeah, because now Ngannou's mainstream celebrity. Everybody thought he won. Yeah. Bro, this has been such a year in L for Dana. Kicked off a power slap. Izzy losing. Volk getting scalped a little bit. Francis getting a PFL deal, and now this. Agreed. It's been Dana's definitely not happy tonight. Dana is definitely not happy tonight. I'll tell you that much. He's heated right now. Dana is heated. I'm titled my video, Fumbled These Nuts. I literally could not be happier. He's the best boxer in the world. Greatest combat sports athlete ever. Doubt him now. I am so happy. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it, Fumble These Nuts. That's not good for the search algorithm. I'm trying to think of a better title that's similar. But do what you want, man. I just don't think that's good for the search algorithm. You should have Ngannou and Fury in there in the title for the search algorithm. You should just have Francis Ngannou fumble the bag versus Tyson Fury. Something like that. And it's like a sarcastic title almost. Yeah, man, I've lost all excitement for John Jones McGregor. I mean, honestly, is anybody excited to even see McGregor return anymore? Like, he's so happy USADA is out of the way. And did you hear Conor? Did anyone see the clip of Conor? Conor said he wanted a tune-up fight. I wish I would have saved that clip. Conor said he wanted a tune-up fight. Joey would KO Francis? I don't know. I don't give an F about McGregor. Me neither. Joey, start your gaming channel with the old Fortnite map? No. Renat should get a top 15 rank if he wins next week. Agreed. Think about it, dude. They sold you guys Wolf tickets with the Ultimate Fighter. And I called that for... How good has this year been for me, really? Like, I don't want to sit here and do what Tyson Fury was doing in round 7 to myself. What Tyson Fury was doing to Ngannou, I think it was round 7. I don't want to do that to myself. Think about how good I called the Ultimate Fighter. Think about how good my coverage of the Ultimate Fighter McGregor Chandler has been. Think about how good my coverage of Francis Ngannou has been. Has it not been spot on? No one cares about Dan McGregor fight anymore. Joey, if Tony beats Patty and they make Conor versus Tony, what would you say? I'd say this is disturbing. But it would probably make sense at that point. Probably make that sense. My coverage of the Ultimate Fighter. Dude, JJ, how has my coverage about the Ultimate Fighter not been good? I called from literally the February that I did not think Conor was fighting. Did you see the alleged Stipe statement where he said he wanted to fight for the interim? I didn't see him say that, but I saw him saying they never even offered it for me. Anyone else confident in Colby against Leon? Not me. Also calling out Hooker for the Islam accusations. You were vindicated there too. Very true. Thank you. You're showing him out as a clown, bro. Calling out other boxers. Bro is a puss and anything to not fight Marab. Agreed. New word learned. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. That means I don't care. That's just a more exaggeratory way to say I don't care. We'll see if he fights in 2024. I seen a clip of him at the boxing show tonight, and he was saying how he deserves a tune-up fight. So, dude, Francis may be the best combat sports athlete. What did I pin in Discord? Let me take a look. Dude, and Conor never even showed up at the Ultimate Fighter. We've heard from castmates that he never even showed up. So I was right, dude. He showed up for get a couple minutes of filming, and he never even showed up. Dude, I don't know why you always got to be a hater, JJ. I don't even know why you always got to be a hater. What's up, Jamal Hill? Is he still recovering? I don't know. He spends all his time at events. Doesn't seem like he's recovering. But I guess you can recover and still be at events. I love you, Joey. Thank you. There is Habib lookalike at the UFC 295 undercard, Nurullah Aliyev. I don't even know who that is. Who does Francis fight in PFL? I think they might give him I think they might give him Fabricio Werdum. Tyson Fury is a legal cheater. Clinching is against the rules, and they fucking ignore those literal takedown attempts at Ngannou. I know, and he even tried a guillotine at one point in time, and he threw an elbow. Francis' first professional boxing. Literally manhandled Tyson Fury, I know. Not to pull a Fury, but your coverage of the heavyweight boxing championship, the lightweight GOAT accusations, the Ultimate Fighter, and the USADA have been spot on. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Unlike JJ Smoke, you don't have to be a hater for no reason. I appreciate your support, man. Conor getting sucked off by Dana, even though all he does is disrespect the sport. I know. You don't know who Nurullah Aliyev is? He's an undefeated lightweight who's in the UFC. Does he have a fight? Did he already fight? Maybe I just don't recognize the name. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. Oh, yeah, I've seen him. He fought Rafael Alves. I just don't remember, dude. I got to watch fight footage on him. I literally don't remember. Props on calling the Ngannou situation. About time, JJ Smoke. About time. The thing is, 99% of fighters in the UFC, or I'll say 95% of fighters, I know who they are and I've seen them fight, but sometimes I don't remember their names because there's so many. And there's so many influx of new guys. Guys, does Diego Lopez beat Pat? Yes. Joey, did you hear Friend star Matthew Perry had passed away? Yeah, I saw that in the Discord. It's sad. I'm not going to butcher this term. From Saudi Arabia, congrats, Francis. Yeah, congrats to Francis. I would say the majority believe that Francis won. I would say the majority believe that Francis won. So that's all that matters, boys. That's all that matters. What do you think about Paulo Costa brawling at 294? I don't know. I don't even care about Paulo Costa anymore. Until he steps in the cage, I just don't care anymore. Imagine Francis went to boxing instead of MMA to begin with. I know. But you always remember Jandiroba. Exactly. Verna Jandiroba. How can you not? How can you not remember her? She's a looker. She's a looker. Shout out Andy. Shout out Andy. Remember Ngannou got beat early in his UFC career and moved to the Apex, and rest is history. Who did Francis lose to? Other than Stipe, I don't remember. I remember Francis Ngannou early days. Who remembers when Francis had long hair? Does anyone remember when Francis had long hair? Yeah, he only lost to Stipe and Derek. So I guess you're talking about when he lost to Stipe. Everyone thought he was going to beat Stipe in the first fight. I picked Stipe in the first fight, and I picked Ngannou in the second fight. Yeah, I saw the Matthew Perry news, man. That's super unfortunate. What exactly happened? I saw that he drowned. So, yeah, I remember the flow. Ngannou lost to Derek Lewis. Yeah, it was not really a loss, though. Yeah, he has a loss way before the UFC, his second fight ever. So, I don't care. I don't care about that. Bro, why'd you remind me? Yeah, Francis Derek was horrible. Was horrible. What a night. Does Jones versus Ngannou ever happen? No. Francis slept Curtis Blades. Yeah, they fought twice, actually. I already filmed a video on this, but did you see the comment made by Dan Hooker this week? Dude was saying Abu Dhabi controls the ref and judges and a load of BS excuses when Australia has a commission. I did not see this, dude. I did not see this. You'll have to send it to me. I'll have to check it out. My guess is that Perry died due to some sorts of drug overdose caused he drowned in a jacuzzi. Damn. Or he had a medical event. Thoughts on 295 is horrible. It's not bad, actually. I'm over-exaggerating. It's not horrible. But it's not. It's kind of looks like shit compared to like 294 and 296. Kind of a letdown. Especially when you think about the fact it should be Jones versus Ngannou, really. Should be Jones versus Ngannou. What do you guys think about my real pound for pound video? We haven't talked since I dropped that. I dropped that late last night. What do you think about my real pound for pound video? I would love to know. I got decent views, almost 5K views. Got a bunch of subs. Got a bunch of watch time. Perry suffered a heart attack in his hot tub. There's an autopsy pending. That's sad. I wonder if he would have died if he wouldn't have been in a hot tub. Cut Dana agreed. Joey, he has a pass with drugs, so it's not a guy that connects points, but my God, that's sad. Either way, it's sad. Pound for pound vid, nothing but facts. Islam is number one. Islam is pound for pound number one. Agreed? Yep. Lewis Ngannou was one of the worst fights of all time, I'm assuming what you're saying. Cut Hooker? Yeah, cut Hooker. I feel like John Jones would want to compete against Ngannou even more. It's not going to happen. Good analysis. Strip the ranking system. Yeah, blood and sweat. Did you guys like when I was making fun of blood and sweat? I couldn't believe that. I actually hadn't fully read the entire excerpt. And I just was skimming over it while I was reading it in the video, and I saw blood and sweat. Is that the list that only guys on the panel to vote on the rankings, or are there more? That is the list that is available on the UFC's website. I would assume that's everyone. If you go to the UFC's website, you go to rankings, and you go down and you scroll down how the rankings are determined, and you click on that. I'm assuming that's everyone that votes on the rankings. I can't believe you agree with me so many times this week, Fight Life. I can't believe you agree with me so many times. Combat sports really make no sense when Jake Paul can routinely beat elite UFC elites and then Francis. No, Jake Paul's never beat a UFC elite ever. Who are you picking between Green and Hooker? Hooker. From what I've heard, the first 2 rounds did the thing for Fury. What do you mean? Stinky Bilal's mom said I'm her number 1 pound for pound. That is true. That is true. Stinky Bilal. I gotta do my predictions tomorrow, and I haven't done any research yet. Rankings can be asked sometimes. Why is Ortega number 3? I brought that up in the video. One of my best videos this year is the UFC rankings are an embarrassment. Who watched that video? That was a straight up banger. Somebody was hounding me. I talked about I wanted to do that video, and I can't remember who it was. But if you're watching right now, you were hounding me to do the rankings video. And I was like, I'm going to do it. 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 It just took a lot of work. And I finally did it. And that's a straight up banger. And that got over 10,000 views on the channel. Let's see. What's the title of the video? The UFC rankings are an embarrassment. And the thumbnail is rankings held hostage. And man, that's a 27-minute video. And I popped off in that. I popped off in that one. He beat Woodley and Anderson. Okay, they weren't elites when he beat them. They were literally has-beens. Washed up. Now y'all want to put respect on my cousin's name? Who's your cousin? What are you talking about, bro? Did you see Fury's elbow? Yes. Yes, I did. Ranking squatter video was legendary. I almost said hilarious for some reason. I don't know why I read that way. I was trying to embellish it, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, it was legendary for sure. It was a fun video to do. It just took a lot of work to really compile the full list. Dude, Francis may be one of the biggest stars in the sport right now. He may be one of the biggest stars in all of combat sports. Hot take, Francis Ngannou is a bigger draw than John Jones right now. Fury overlooked Francis for Usyk fight, probably. Just remove MMA censors from my Twitter feed. They were getting annoying. Dude, MMA uncensored is a piece of shit. Should Wonderboy not be deemed as a ranking squatter for fighting Shavkat? He is until he fights Shavkat. He's got to be a ranking squatter until he fights Shavkat. Agreed, way bigger draw. MMA Junkie got 1 foot deep in the grave. 1 foot in the grave, the other on a banana peel. That's Dana White tonight, boys. And I'm so glad I decided to live stream it. I had decided that a while ago. And I said when the fight was announced, I said normally I don't watch this shit, but I have to to support Francis Ngannou. He's getting a slight cut of the pay-per-view revenue. I gotta support my dude. After all the hate the MMA community gave him, and I'll never miss a Francis Ngannou boxing match ever. What happened with USADA? I have a full breakdown on the channel that's an hour long, dude. Basically, the UFC's parting ways because they think they're too strict. But I encourage you to go watch the video on the channel, which was actually literally ages ago now, it seems like. Hunter Campbell and Jeff Nowitzki propaganda exposed at UFC presser. That was a straight... Dude, I've been slinging out some heat lately, boys. I've been slinging out some heat. And the views have been going up, I'll tell you that much. The views have been going up. The subscribers have been going up. And we're building this community, boys. Francis is one of my all-time favorite fighters, period. Agreed. I think Dana has put Francis in the past and moved on. Let's move on and support Francis and enjoy MMA and the UFC. Michael Bisping just said round 8 was a 10-8 Ngannou. Dude, round 8 Ngannou beat the dog shit out of Fury. So I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't know exactly what deems a 10-8 round in boxing other than a drop. Shavkat should fight Hamzat. That's a dream fight for me. That's a dream fight. Ngannou had 2 10-8 rounds. Yeah, I have no problem with scoring round 8. I remember Ngannou was beating the dog shit out of him in that round. I will watch it so Connor and John fight juiced. Yeah, the UFC's shying away from USADA and just going with some bullshit program now. I can't wait for Dana Presser saying Fury clearly won. Now he's going to say, now we have some of the best fighters in the world. They can go over and win a boxing match at any time. We just like to keep them here. But Fury clearly won. Dude, I wish they had a clearer picture of Ngannou dropping him. I wish they had a clearer picture of it. What a beautiful, 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 beautiful pick. Francis Ngannou drops Fury. I almost want that on a poster. I wish they had like a full HD version of that. I wish they had a full... This looks pretty good, but this looks edited a bit. I might have to get this in a poster. Let me see how it looks. It just looks kind of blurry. That'd be a sick background pic, though, wouldn't it? Put it in the background somewhere. I'm so glad I went to watch Francis Ngannou live. Not the best fight, but looking back, so much historical importance. That is true, dude. I'm glad you went as well. Can't wait for Dana's presser. I'm thinking he's going to say Fury. Yeah, I already read that. Round 8 was another 10-8 round. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with it. Dana White trying to bash boxing and Francis while promoting these brand level impossible. Yeah. There be better pictures of later of the knockdown. What does it take forever for the pictures to come out? There would already be... The best pictures are probably already out. Dude, Ngannou knocked his ass down. I need a poster of this, boys. I don't know how they just don't have clearer pictures. The pictures that are out so far are blurry. Are blurry as hell. Like, where's the super high def ones? Tyson got punched by Wilder and Ngannou and was still awake. Man has some jaw. That is true. Watch, they're going to tell MMA media behind the scenes. I actually said that earlier, Andy. I don't know if you were here. I said they'll probably tell him. Like, don't harp too much on it. We don't want to talk about that here. By the way, guys, if you haven't watched my Tyson Fury Francis Ngannou post-fight, I need you to go check it out, all right? It's doing rather well. I think it might get like 5K views. It's already over 3K views. Picking up quite a bit of subs. Go check it out after the stream. Dana in Anaheim right now, bro, was definitely watching the fight on the plane. Do you remember Dana refused to wrap the belt around Francis's waist? If anyone happens to find like a real high-def picture of the drop, send it to me on Discord. Or on Instagram if you're not in the Discord. So much for fun. Dude, the beginning of this stream might have been a legendary. I was going off. Adesanya versus Tommy Fury next year. It was an overhand left off his skull. It was 6 inches lower. Fury out cold. Probably could have been a brutal KO, honestly. Dude, if he'd have slept him out cold, oh my God. If he would have slept him out cold, it would have been a beauty. It would have been a straight. Oh my goodness! I would have combusted. I would have just. I would have been looked like one of the Avengers when Thanos snapped his fingers. I would have looked like one of the Avengers when Thanos snapped his fingers. That first knockdown in the cage would have been followed up by savage ground and pound. Dude, if that was an MMA fight, just purely striking MMA fight, he would have finished him. Imagine Usyk now skips Tyson and fights Francis. He should. He should. Francis, I mean, there's somebody that asked Fury about a rematch with Francis, and he was like, no, I don't want you to know a rematch. It was interesting to see Francis actually look like the smaller guy. That was craziness. That was actual craziness, but I agree. It was a robbery, bro. It was a robbery. I highly encourage you to go check out my post-fight. I break it down in detail there. I break it down in detail. It was a robbery, my friend. Which, it's unfortunate, but that's just the way the sport goes. That's just the way the sport goes. You never know. You never know. How can you get knocked down and win? I mean, I can't go that far, but I know what you mean. Let's do a poll real quick, because I'm probably going to stream for about another 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe. Let's do a poll real quick. Who won? Francis, Fury, or Fury. I don't know. I shouldn't have done Francis. I should have done Ngannou. Let's see what you guys think. Let's see what you guys think. Let's see what the chat thinks, boys. Joey, you the man, brother. I appreciate your dedication. Thank you, Christopher Gomez. I appreciate you for watching. Everyone go vote in the poll. Fury knows Francis can finish him. Yeah, Fury's never going to rematch Ngannou ever. Do you think Chandler asked to get Conor piss samples after USADA is done with them? Yeah, so he can drink them. He wants to drink them afterwards. He said, please let me drink it. Please let me drink it. I would love to drink it. All right, looks like most people. We had like 150 people vote earlier, and it was like 90% Ngannou. Yeah, dude, the clinching and the takedowns from Fury was an embarrassment, in my opinion. The clinching and the takedowns. Joe, you are a soy for picking Ngannou. I didn't pick Ngannou, bro. The fight between Francis and Fury reminds me of Rocky 1. I don't know what you mean, but I don't remember Rocky 1 if I've even seen it. Imagine. I'm happy. I'm happy we saw what we saw today, boys. I'm very happy we saw what we saw today. Honestly, after rewatching its draw is generous and Ngannou smashed their boy. I haven't rewatched it yet. Chandler's missing some great fight opportunities. Dude, Chandler's wasting his whole career. Conor basically said tonight he doesn't want to fight Chandler. He wants a tune-up fight. The clinch and the takedown and clinch attempts from Fury was absolute embarrassment. An absolute embarrassment. I think 24-hour community post vote would do better. Let's do that. Let's do that, actually. Let's do that, boys. Let's do that. Let me go. Community post. Image poll. Who won? Let's see if they got any good pictures of Francis Ngannou. Boxing. Let's see if they got a picture, just a solo picture of Ngannou. Where's a solo? They don't got a single solo picture of Ngannou? Come on now. Where's the solo picture of Ngannou? Alright. Let's just do an MMA picture. MMA fighting. Ooh. Dude, Francis is an absolute savage. Where is... I should have posted this immediately after the fight, to be honest. I should have posted this immediately after the fight. Tyson Fury. Let's see. Dude, Tyson Fury, his build is so weird. Alright, let me go post this community post real quick. Downloads. Oh my goodness, the Tyson Fury pick didn't save. Let's see if this pick saves. It's annoying when it does that. Didn't pop up. Ngannou. Francis. Ngannou. Damn it, I'm fucking everything up right now. Tyson Fury. Alright, I did a community poll. So you guys can check that out. Francis won that match. I agreed. I know we talked about this earlier. Western Mass Climber. But were you banned and then you came back? What, do you dislike the channel or something? Weren't you a troll at some point in time? I feel like I recognize that name. Francis butchers Fury in the rematch. Yeah, I agree. The walkout with Izzy and Usman was nice. I don't really care one way or another. Ngannou left the boxing community frozen like Elsa. Yes, sir, you were. Are you happy you were unbanned? You seem like you've been all right. Ngannou with Izzy and Usman gave me, I don't know what that means, so I'm not even going to read it. Even most comments on TNT Boxing's Instagram post were for Ngannou. I spelled Francis Ngannou wrong. I had to delete it. I spelled Francis Ngannou. I'm pissed. That's annoying. Francis Ngannou. I don't know how I did that. I just tried to type it fast. You know what? I'm going to use the picture of him dropping Tyson Fury. I'm going to use the picture of him dropping him. Hopefully people don't get confused. I reposted it though. I don't know how many people had voted already. But I typed Francis wrong somehow. I typed it really quick. So now I posted it again. I know it was super illegal, but over there, but did Conor look so coked out in his interviews to you? He did look like he was on drugs. Fury got bullied and looked worthless. Yeah, he was shooting in on takedowns. Dude was shooting in on takedowns. Literally shooting in on takedowns. Talk about an embarrassment. Talk about an absolute embarrassment. What an embarrassing performance. Francis Ngannou, new mythical fighter. Boxing, Francis Ngannou. Heavyweight fighter. New mythical fighter. You can get anything over there if you get the right people. Dude, imagine Conor got thrown in jail for coke. Next thing you know, they're executing him. Dude, in Singapore, you get executed for drugs, I believe. At least trafficking them. I don't know about actually using them, now that I think about it. I didn't know how good the post-fight would do because I don't typically cover boxing, but it's actually doing pretty well. Tyson Fury was so fat for this fight. I don't know. That's just how I've seen him in the past still. But I don't know. I'm not like super familiar with him, so I can't tell you. Dude, the best part is it doesn't matter what you think. Ngannou already won. He already won. The fact that he got this, the fact that he pulled this off. Of course, Uncle Dana, I want to see power slap instead of Ngannou Jones. Yeah, he's too worried about power slap. Fury won again. The judges gave him the win again. Francis unable to knock out and stop Fury stealing another win. Yeah, it was a stolen win for sure. Francis' cardio looked good. That's what most surprised me this entire fight, was Francis' cardio. If you guys have watched any other like YouTube creators react to this fight, what have they been saying? What has everyone else been saying? I haven't seen nothing. I had to do a couple things after I ended my stream early. I recorded my video, I left, and I came back and I started streaming right away again. Because my whole day was held up by a stream that I thought the fight was gonna start earlier. Francis' cardio is 100%. He had better cardio than Fury. Francis looked like he had genuine excitement on his face. Dude, when he dropped him, he was talking to Fury too. Did you see that? After he dropped him? You can go to prison? Yeah. Most people are saying Ngannou got robbed. I think he did. Boxing's corrupt. I mean, I think Ngannou clearly won. Just tagged you on Twitter, Joey. What did you tag me in, Bitsy? What you tag me in, Bitsy? All right, let's see. Verdict has it for Francis Ngannou. But that's mainly MMA fans, so I don't necessarily, trust it. But yeah. Dude, imagine if they did Ngannou Jones right now. Imagine how big it would be. I think Fury woke up after the knockdown and peppered him with jabs and lit him up. Okay. When Ngannou was taunting, he said after the fight, it's because Tyson said before that round, I'm going to take you to school. And when he was taunting him, he was saying, you're not a good teacher. Objectively speaking, Joey, there's no good fights in PFL for Ngannou. I think we can take up Doom offer to fight in PFL. Am I missing some big heavyweight draw? No, there's not really any great heavyweight options. But there's options nonetheless. And watching Francis Ngannou KO him will be fun to watch. And at the end of the day, the heavyweight division in the UFC isn't great either. After tonight, I would take Ngannou over Jones. Luke Rockhold. That's Luke Rockhold. Francis now joins the clubs of the boxers and MMA fighters unable to knock out Fury and stop Fury from winning. It's a robbery decision win. Dude, think about how bad people shit on Francis over the last year and a half, 2 years. His next couple fights, he's getting massive paydays, boys. He's getting massive paydays. Think about the paydays that Ngannou is going to get in his next few fights. Think about the paydays, boys. Whew, he really fumbled that bag. He fumbled that bag. Anyone fighting Ngannou right now is getting paid too. Agreed. Yeah, for sure. North London MMA fighter, he only fought one, which is Francis, who arguably beat him worse than anyone has in the ring. I'm still wondering who Ngannou is going to fight next. Is Ngannou not one of the biggest names in the sport right now, regardless if you want to say it's the boxing sport or MMA? In combat sports, I think Francis Ngannou is one of the biggest names. After tonight, he's right up there. Like, who's a bigger name right now than Francis Ngannou? He might be the biggest name in the sport. I know that sounds crazy. Maybe I'm getting carried away here. But, like, Conor McGregor doesn't fight. No one cares about Conor McGregor anymore. Fury went hard the last 7 rounds. Francis only won round 8. Okay. Whatever you say. Based upon the scoring criteria of boxing, Ngannou 100% won. I agree. Ngannou with his star power can pull some good talent to PFL right now. PFL are shitting themselves right now, but on the back, they offered Ngannou the Africa big job. Dude, PFL is either really excited or really scared. Because France is going to do some good numbers over in PFL now. But also, you have the fact that he may not come back. You know, I'd be nervous as hell as if I was PFL. It's only been 4 hours. Imagine how big he's going to be in a month. Dude, Francis Ngannou's star power shot through the roof now. I've been saying he was going to be the next transcendental talent to go above the MMA sport. Dude, he's like a... Francis Ngannou is now known. You know what I mean? He's more well known than Jones, I would say. After tonight. PFL scared he's never going to fight for them. Yeah, I'd be scared. But it is what it is. That's the shot you took. You got some good publicity with the deal. I think he'll at least fight once, but if I was him, I'd stick to boxing. Why not? You just beat the heavyweight champ after a 2-year layoff. After a 2-year layoff, you beat the heavyweight champ in a sport you've never competed in. No. So, let me see something real quick. Damn. All right. I'd like to see Francis Ngannou versus Andy Ruiz. I vaguely remember Ruiz. Didn't he get like an upset victory or something? Yeah, they sent CR7 sent him a Rolex. Yeah, he got more. He got a gifted watch that was worth more than his last UFC purse. We need another good name, big name for a PFL. Dude, he can draw some talent over there. Someone could leave the UFC. Someone could leave the UFC and end up over there. You know? We shall see. I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen. But it could. It could. I'm telling you right now, UFC is going to be scrambling to keep every heavyweight. If I'm John Jones, I'm trying to fight out my contract immediately. I'm trying to fight out my contract immediately and get over there and fight Francis. That's the biggest fight possible right now. That's the biggest fight possible. Damn, we're killing it, boys. We're going to hit 13,000 before you know it. 12,515 subs. That's wild. That is fucking wild. We just hit 12K the other day. It seems like the other day, but maybe it's long ago than that. Let's see. Let's see where we were at. 28 days. It's been in the last 28 days. Let's see. The beginning of October, we were at 11,600. That's crazy. We hit 12,000 on the 13th. So what's that been, about 2 weeks? I still think it could be Stipe. Dude, I don't wonder how many fights Stipe has left on his contract. I wonder how many fights Stipe has left on his contract in the UFC. Stipe, if I'm Stipe, I try to get out of my contract. Because his sunset clause has to be coming up. The contract can only be, you can only be held in your contract for 5 years now. Or they changed it a little bit. But think about it. Stipe's been, worst case scenario, would he sign a new deal when he was off? Overlap. Thank you for the $4.99. What are the odds that our Jones and Francis fight actually happens? Would it be in the PFL? No, it would not. If it ever happens, it'll be independent of the UFC and PFL, I would think. But the chances of it happening, I say, are less than 40%. I would say they're around like 15 to 20% of it happening. If I'm Stipe, I bail out against Jones and fighting Ngannou in PFL, and then we can get Jones, Pav. Yeah, dude, if I'm Stipe, I'm trying to get out of my contract. I'm tweeting that out. How long does Stipe Miocic have left on his UFC contract? Sunset clause has to be coming up soon. If I'm him, I skip the John Jones fight and fight Francis Ngannou for millions of dollars instead. That'd be a brilliant move. That'd be a brilliant move by Stipe. Where are we at? All right, looks like 90% believe Ngannou won. Essentially, 90%. Francis is a big inspiration. Only started boxing at 37 years old and had a good match against the world champ. Granted, he was world champ in MMA. I agree. He's an inspiration. Jones and Ngannou BKFC? That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. They'd be absolutely insane, but it's never going to happen. BKFC has less money in their bank account than me. I'd like to see John Jones versus Francis Ngannou in Power Slap. Oh yeah, it would do great numbers in India. It would do great numbers in India. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. The numbers in India would be crazy. I want to know how much Francis is going to make in his next fight. I want to know how much money Francis is going to make in his next fight. That's what I'd like to know. I'd like to know that. Is he going to make 10 million, 15 million in his next fight? How much did he make total for this fight? If you didn't know who Ngannou and Fury were and you watched that 100%, you would say the big African guy won. I agree. Francis is underrated cardio. I don't know if it was underrated, but it impressed. I think it looked like shit against Cyril Gane because he couldn't train as much because of his torn ACL. So I don't think it was necessarily underrated. I think people were using the Cyril Gane performance, but also there's a lot more to MMA than boxing. But boxing is longer in general. So it's some MMA guys will gas out. 20 million? Dude, he probably will get at least 15, 20, I would say. 70 million, no. Francis has an underrated chin. Dude, his chin is definitely underrated. Francis got paid because Fury was doing his usual antics to build up the fight, and then Fury stole the win. Dude, it was a robbery. I'm pissed about it, but I'm not even pissed about it because it really doesn't matter. Where were we at this time last year? October 29th. This time exactly last year, I'm looking at this. We were at 5,657 subscribers. That's crazy. So we've more than doubled the sub count since last year. So imagine we double by this time next year. We'll be almost to 30. I think he'll go for 20 for his next boxing match. I wonder if he boxes next. That's what I'm curious on. If Ngannou fights in Saudi, then it's 20 million flat in pay-per-view. Fury got 50 million. Dude, 50 million. Imagine getting 50 million. Imagine just getting a check for 50 mil. He managed his gas tank very well and had the composure of a vet. I know, dude. Fight IQ was crazy. He never went crazy and gassed himself out. Imagine Ngannou, MMA promoter. Ngannou should start his own MMA. I think Ngannou might be actually one of the smartest fighters in all the sport. His cardio against Stipe was crazy as well. He worked Stipe for 2 rounds. Yeah. I got to go back and rewatch that. It's been a while. Imagine me and Fury and declining the rematch. He doesn't want that rematch, dude. Think about it. That rematch would be huge, too. That rematch would be huge. So, he doesn't want it because he knows he's going to lose. He ain't fighting Usyk in December, I'll tell you that much. He ain't fighting Usyk in December. I would never fight again in MMA if I was Francis. Yeah. Dude, in a way, Francis ruined the sport tonight. Francis ruined MMA. Now every MMA fighter is going to take Francis as inspiration. Interesting thing to think about, the boxing camp probably gave Francis a lot of boxing techniques that made him even scarier in MMA. 100%. Dude, I wish there was a UFC card tonight so that Dana White had a post-fight presser. Why does no one talk about Pantoja or Royval? Because they're casuals and they don't care about smaller weight classes. Stipe versus Ngannou 2 was crazy. He beat Stipe like it was nothing. Borderline. Yeah, I remember him stuffing the takedowns with ease. That was a good fight for Ngannou. Ngannou looked like a savage. I picked Ngannou in the second fight. I picked Stipe in the first fight. So I couldn't have picked those fights any better. But yeah, I remember him stuffing the takedowns. People were like, oh shit. It's about time these fighters need to realize their worth. UFC should treat them well enough. Dude, the money's there. UFC's making a killing. They just don't want to cut the fighters in. Because that's how they make all their profit. That's why they're so stinking rich. But it's going to hurt the sport for sure. Everyone's boxing now except the bum guy called Grant Dawson. People ask Dana about the next press conference he attends, and you'll see him pretend to not. Yeah, he didn't see it. I didn't watch it. That's what he'll say. Dude, Stipe literally saw his life end once Francis stuffed a takedown. Probably did. He probably was nervous. As hell. Boys, we've done a lot of content tonight. I think it might be about time to hit that old dusty trail. We had multiple streams, so we had, 4 hours of stream content tonight. We had a video last night. I'm only going to stay on for 2 more minutes. Watching O'Malley piss off Dana, vacating the belt, and fighting Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. That'd be hilarious. I'll never forget Ngannou. Ngannou says he trains harder than anyone's ever seen. It wouldn't shock me, dude. Think about where he's come from. This is nothing to him. The UFC got Derek Lewis to re-sign right before this fight. That would have been an easy sell for PFL. Francis Derek again. I know. French fries, love that video. It's always a pleasure being pleasured. Boys, like the stream. Run up the likes on the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. If there's somebody watching right now, double check right now if you're subscribed. Because you're probably not by mistake. You might think you're subscribed. You get all my videos sent to you, but you're not. So subscribe to the channel. Help me get to 15K. And I'm going to get out of here in a few minutes. Literally 2 minutes. I'm actually tired. Joe, you're a good cunt. That's an Australian endearing term. Thank you, Bitsy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. He talked about Ngannou had more skills, but Ngannou trained way harder. Dude, think about where he's come from. You know, think about like all he's dedicating to this. You know, this got him out of the situation he was in. You know, so it doesn't shock me. There's going to be guys who outwork other guys. Imagine if John Jones had Francis Ngannou's determination of training level. I wonder how much they paid Derek to keep him. A lot. 100%. Next fight, who does Francis Ngannou fight next? It's going to be something about Francis Ngannou probably, but I'm going to try to get my prediction videos out tomorrow too. I'm going to try to get my prediction video out tomorrow. I haven't done any research yet, and there's like 14 fights on the card. I think there's 13 now. Yeah, I think Wilder would be good. Think the officer didn't deport Francis back to Africa. Isn't it great how Cyril got screwed? That's what he gets. Cyril was ducking, dude. Cyril was ducking like crazy after losing to Ngannou. Well, listen, boys. It's been real. It's been fun. It's even been real fun. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go to bed. Hopefully 1 or 2 videos out tomorrow. I don't know yet. I still got to digest all this, but I'm probably going to make an updated one final video on Francis Ngannou, at least for the time being, after I've digested everything that happened and kind of get my thoughts in order more clearly. But it's been a legendary night. If you haven't seen my stream reacting live to it, check it out. It's on the channel. Appreciate you guys. Victor Henry faked the nut shot and is an absolute puss. Francis Ngannou fumbled the bag, not. The UFC fumbled the bag. Like the stream. Good night. Goodbye. Appreciate every single one of you. And I will talk to you later. Good night.